Senate Minority Leader Pimentel is urging Senate President Escudero to act without delay on the impeachment complaint filed against Vice President Sara Duterte. In his letter dated February 14, Pimentel notes that the Senate is constitutionally mandated to act forthwith on the impeachment complaint against Duterte. He cites Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 4 of the 1987 Constitution as the basis. Pimentel also cites the dictionary's definition of forthwith, meaning without any delay or without interval of time. He points out that the word forthwith should then be interpreted with its plain and ordinary meaning. He then cites the official Filipino translation of the 1987 Constitution, which translates the word forthwith as agad. According to Pimentel, the Filipino translation also conveys immediacy and urgency. Given the gravity of impeachment proceedings, Pimentel says the Senate must uphold its duty with urgency, diligence, and commitment to the Constitution. Senate President Escudero previously said that holding an impeachment trial during recess legally cannot be done. Escudero said that for an impeachment court to be convened, there has to be an ongoing session in the chamber. The House of Representatives impeached Duterte on February 5 with 215 lawmakers backing the complaint. The articles of impeachment were immediately transmitted to the Senate the same day. However, the upper chamber adjourned its session without discussing the complaint. The lawmakers backing the complaint officially reached 240 after the session. PNP Criminal Investigation and Detection Group Director Major General Nicolas Torre III says neither the Senate nor Malacanang talked with him about his filing of cases against former President Rodrigo Duterte. The CIDG chief filed a complaint for unlawful utterances and inciting to sedition against Duterte before the Department of Justice on Monday, February 17. Torre based his charges on the former president's quip about killing 15 senators and setting off a bomb to make way for Partido Demokratiko Pilipino bets. In a media briefing on Tuesday, February 18, Torre was pressed about whether or not the Senate and Malacanang talked with him about cases. Torre answers that there were no discussions.
Hindi namin kailangan ng Senado, hindi namin kailangan ng Malacanang dito para ma-file ang kaso. I don't think that Malacanang should get involved in this. Dahil ito naman ay pure law enforcement. Ang police ay law enforcer eh. So may nakikita tayong violation of law.
For Torre, it would be a shame for the PNP if they didn't file a case when there is clear violation.
I'll be remiss kung hindi ako mag-file ng kaso at ibang tao ang mag-file ng kaso nito. Nakakahiya naman sa PNP yun pag inunahan tayo ng ibang tao na mag-file sa kitang-kita naman na violation ng isang taong palaging may nakatutok na camera.
Torre notes that senators are free to also file cases against Duterte for his remarks. He adds that the police unit will welcome and entertain them if senators will do so. Torre likewise maintains that the PNP will operate strictly within legal boundaries. National Bureau of Investigation Director Jaime Santiago previously said there was no need to investigate Duterte. Santiago described the former president's remarks as political propaganda and rhetoric. However, Torre emphasizes that the PNP CIDG acted based on its own findings. Partido Demokratiko Pilipino President Senator Robin Padilla believes former President Rodrigo Duterte is not a violent man. During the PDP proclamation rally on February 13, Duterte suggested killing 15 senators in order to make vacancies for his party's senatorial bets. In a text message to reporters on Tuesday, February 18, Padilla describes Duterte as kind and religious behind the curtain of politics. Padilla also apologizes on behalf of Duterte, adding that the former president is ready to face legal repercussions. The former president is facing a complaint of inciting to sedition over his remarks about killing senators. He is also facing crimes of humanity complaints before the International Criminal Court over the extrajudicial killings in his drug war. In December 2024, the House of Representatives Quad Committee recommended that Duterte be charged with crimes against humanity under Republic Act No. 9851, which punishes genocide and other crimes against humanity. His close confidants, Senator Bato de la Rosa and Bongo, were also tagged in the Quadcom's recommendation for their role in the drug war. Duterte's administration was marked by thousands of deaths due to his brutal campaign against illegal drugs. The Duterte administration reported that more than 6,000 people were killed during his term from 2016 to 2022. However, human rights groups believe the number of deaths could be as high as 30,000. A People's Liberation Army Navy helicopter performed dangerous flight maneuvers against a Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources aircraft over the territorial waters of Bajo de Masinloc, according to the Philippine Coast Guard. In a social media post, PCG spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea Commodore J. Tariela says the before conducted on Tuesday, February 18, a maritime domain awareness flight in the area along with Coast Guard personnel and photojournalists. According to Tariela, the People's Liberation Army Navy helicopter's dangerous flight maneuvers toward the BIFAR aircraft posed a serious risk to the safety of those on board. Tariela says the People's Liberation Army Navy helicopter disregarded the International Civil Aviation Organization's international aviation regulations when it came as close as 3 meters to the BIFAR aircraft. Tariela assures that PCG and BIFAR remain committed to asserting the Philippines' sovereignty, sovereign rights, and maritime jurisdiction in the West Philippine Sea, despite the aggressive escalatory actions of China. The PCG has been monitoring the movements of Chinese Coast Guard vessels unlawfully operating off Bajo de Masinloc and other areas within the country's exclusive economic zone since January. Bajo de Masinloc lies 222 kilometers from the mainland west of Luzon, well within the country's exclusive economic zone. Beijing took hold of the shoal in 2012 after a 2-month standoff with the Philippine Navy, prompting Manila to file an arbitral case that it won in 2016. The 2016 arbitral award reaffirmed the Philippines' 370-kilometer exclusive economic zone in the western region. It also rejected China's expansionist claims over the South China Sea. Passengers of the LRT-1 will soon pay higher fares after the Department of Transportation approved the railway system's petition for a fare increase. In an advisory on Tuesday, February 17, the Light Rail Manila Corporation announces that the revised fare matrix will be implemented starting April 2, 2025. Under the approved fare adjustments, the maximum fare for a single journey ticket will increase from 45 pesos to 55 pesos, while the minimum fare will rise from 15 pesos to 20 pesos. In addition, the maximum fare for a stored value card will go up from 43 pesos to 52 pesos, while the minimum fare will increase from 15 pesos to 16 pesos. Under the LRT-1 fare formula, the boarding fee will be adjusted from 13 pesos and 29 centavos to 16 pesos and 25 centavos. Meanwhile, the additional fare per kilometer will rise from 1 peso and 21 centavos to 1 peso and 47 centavos. LRMC President and CEO Enrico Benipayo previously said they accumulated a fare deficit of 2.17 billion pesos since 2016. Benipayo explained that the fare hike would also help them recover the 45 billion pesos worth of investments in the past 9 years to upgrade the railways.